The Duinuogwuin were a reptilian species native to a planet called Duinuogwuin. They had long, serpentine bodies that were divided into segments, and each segment had a pair of legs. On their foremost segment, they had a pair of arms and a pair of leathery wings. They were huge, typically reaching 10 meters in length, but some stories describe Duinuogwuin that were as big as 90 meters in length. Because of their draconic appearance and their ability to survive and move in the vacuum of space, the Duinuogwuin were also called star dragons, and like the dragons of myth, they could breathe fire. They were very powerful, both physically and mentally, and their society was built around their strong moral code. Their governing body was a group of elders known as the Star Synod. The Duinuogwuin kept their eggs hidden on Duinuogwuin, where they were guarded by an individual called the Custodian. The Duinuogwuin produced several offspring races, including the Quiel, the Kadrira, the Glottalfibs, and the Basiliskans. The Basiliskans would bring about the downfall of the Duinuogwuin. Under the influence of Telotni, a self-proclaimed goddess who wanted to overthrow the Celestials who had created the galaxy, several of the Basiliskans mated with the Duinuogwuin, producing monstrous offspring, like the dragon snakes of Dagobah, the crate dragons of Tatooine, and the mythosaurs of Mandalore. When the deception was revealed, the Duinuogwuin fought with the corrupted Basiliskans in a conflict that would be known as the Dragon Wars. The Dragon Wars ended with the deceitful Basiliskans banished from the galaxy, but the Duinuogwuin's troubles were far from over. Unbeknownst to them, a human warrior named Starcrow had gone to Duinuogwuin, killed the Custodian, and crushed all but one of the Duinuogwuin's eggs, intent on using the surviving hatchling as a host for the evil spirit Lothan. When the Duinuogwuin found out, they were devastated. They abandoned their ancestral planet, and Duinuogwuin became known as the Dragon's Graveyard, a place Duinuogwuin only went to die. After the Dragon Wars, the Duinuogwuin were taken to the planet Anduin, a sacred world ruled by a group of Celestials called the Fata, where they could heal and produce offspring in exchange for their service as protectors of the planet. After Starcrow was killed, the Duinuogwuin helped wipe out the remains of his empire and then slowly withdrew from galactic affairs, except for a brief conflict with the young Galactic Republic in 15,500 BBY. After that, they became a rare and solitary race, living on isolated worlds like Iago, Barab 1, and Mercana, and even in the depths of space. The Duinuogwuin first appeared in a Star Wars role-playing game guidebook called Galaxy Guide 4, Alien Races, which was written by Troy Denning. Other pieces of Star Wars media, including the early 80s Marvel comics and the novel Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn, included mentions of space dragons and star dragons, and later material retconned these into being references to the Duinuogwuin. My depiction of the Duinuogwuin was inspired by the original illustration from Galaxy Guide, as well as traditional depictions of Eastern and Western dragons, and some designs from the Pokemon franchise, specifically the designs of Charizard and Rayquaza. Here is my final illustration of the Duinuogwuin. This was a very fun piece to draw, and I hope all of my viewers like it as much as I did. Until next time, this is Jonathan, signing off. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.